Hello, traders and friends. Well, yesterday we got a little bit of a correction in the market. We're still not in a bearish reversal mode. This was just a correction from overbought situation, in my opinion. But there was a double whammy on crude yesterday whenever Lockhart came out and was making positive comments about higher interest rates higher sooner than what was mentioned in the Fed minutes just a couple weeks ago. So at any rate, I wanted to start with the dollar because the two things that really impacted the markets yesterday were the dollar and crude. And as you can see, we're putting in it looks like we're putting in a higher low on the MACD, suggesting a bullish reversal is developing here on the dollar. And if you go to, let's see, what's the name of that? If you go to marketforecast.com, or Market Forecast from TD, it's part affiliated TD Ameritrade, and we have a bullish cluster reversal for the dollar right now, suggesting we're going to have a higher move in the dollar and most definitely going to retest this high level, in my opinion. Okay. Now, if you go down your 4-hour chart on this, this is your 68.9 fib fan. And once before we got rejected off that fan and came down, and we've had a pretty good process lower. But this time I do think the dollar is going to come up and retest and finally break out of this long-term downtrend we've been in on the dollar, and we're going to finally start getting a bid in the dollar. Now the crude's been on fire, and we had OPEC's expiration last week, and it caused us to get over this 61.8% fib, and now we're coming back and we're doing a back test of the breakout. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with crude, if it can sustain these levels or not, but it was a significant level that it seems to be failing out of already. And I also want to point out that what's been really pumping crude oil is the fact that OPEC, all the member nations, had agreed on capping production, and it gave despite 7 weeks of inventory increases, it gave the illusion that the market wasn't going to be flooded. Well, it came out yesterday that Nigeria and Libya both are going to increase their production levels here. So they're the first of many to come, probably, that are going to start violating the agreement. And they even came out and said they're not even going to be. Some of these countries aren't even going to be showing up to the April OPEC meeting. And so that right there is another major red flag that crude might have seen the top here. So be very careful if you're long crude. Yeah, we're starting to see a negative divergence even on the 4-hour chart here in the SPX. You see how your MACD is flattening out and potentially could be rolling over here, but the price actions has continued to go up. So we could be getting a retest back to the 2000 area here in relatively short order, in my opinion, on the SPX just for a normal correction from the overbought situation. Your NDX, which is Nasdaq 100, is also showing a negative divergence on your 4-hour chart here. So I want you guys to be aware of that. So 4,300, so that's another 100 points lower on the Nasdaq, just for a normal correction to get some of these frothy overbought levels reset on these indices is quite likely. But it is also important to note that Apple, as of Friday, April 1st, they go into the blockout period where they can no longer buy back any of their shares. So, and a lot of these companies are going to be heading into that period here really soon, within the next week or so, to where they can no longer buy back their shares, and that has strongly been supporting these markets. Because keep in mind, on a normal day, $5 billion worth of stock is being bought back per day from some of these S&P 500 or some of these companies on the exchanges. So, and there's going to be a great big glut of that money leaving the market here in the next few weeks. The Russell was by far the worst performer yesterday, and that is a pretty good. That's a major warning sign right there. When when Russell leads lower, then you have to start to really be concerned. And this thing here, even on the 4-hour chart, back on the start of this month, we started a negative divergence on the MACD on that one, and we're just finally starting to get some sort of a reset. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. So that that may have already reset set. I don't know, but the price came down pretty darn hard today, and so just keep that one on your radar too. Oh, they also have a cluster sell signal on Russell on the market forecast too, so that's another one that's got a bad signal for it. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over some Dow Jones indexes that have negative divergences on the daily charts. And I didn't show these yesterday, but I'll go through them real quick here. Your hotels and lodging have a negative divergence coming into today or this week or whatever. And keep in mind that travel could, if this tariff stuff really starts to explode, then that's going to hurt this index. But we did cross below the 20 SMA today. So hotels and lodging look weak. And that might even include your Pricelines and your Expedias on that. You have a negative divergence here on your non-durable household products. So some of your, your Cloroxes and your Procter and Gamble and your toothpaste and that type of stuff. Your consumer staples are showing some sort of a negative divergence on some of these products here. So just keep that in mind. Your mining index, after gold just got destroyed yesterday, and we're already below the 20 SMA on your mining index. So keep that one on your radar. That's the gold index. It got destroyed. Negative divergence. Been talking about that one for a while now. So anybody that knows anything, been watching me at all, realizes that this thing's been coming for a long time. You got a this is well, you're not really a negative divergence. You did put in a higher high here, but telecom, it looks like it's a little bit weak, and especially with Apple going into their blockout period, that might actually impact your telecoms. This one is a negative divergence. That's your water utilities. This one here, aluminum index, negative divergence. And I'm pretty sure Alcoa is already in their blockout period. So that could be helping support this negative divergence. Alcoa already in their blockout period. And then medical equipment, showing a little bit of, starting to show signs of a negative divergence. We'll see what happens. That's an early one there. This one here, definitely a negative divergence. Media agencies, ad companies. This is here's definitely a negative divergence. That's clothing and accessories. Okay. This one here, yep. This is another fixed line telecommunications like Frontier. Another negative, gas distribution. These are like natural gas distribution, because even nat gas has been building inventories and stuff, and so this one here, this has been diverging for a long time now. So this one here is just like gold. This is really setting up for a nice short setup anytime now, and we do have natural gas inventories coming out today, so it could happen as early as today. So keep that one on your radar. This one here, this is my last one. This is one of the few that I could find out there with a positive divergence. And this is your biotechnology index, surprisingly enough. And this has been lagging all year long. So just keep this one on your radar. And and think that biotechs might finally be catching a bid if this market continues higher. This is I found this on the they posted it on Twitter, and but it's the green line. It's a little service with stock charts, and I wanted to point out that we're just now coming off an overbought situation on these internet index funds, like your Twitters, your Facebook, those type, these internet stocks. They're coming over off an extremely overbought situation. So plus with your scooter scores, you got declining scooter readings on the internet index. So we could be setting up for a prolonged downtrend into summer into the internet stocks, and stocks like Facebook could be a nice swing short over the next couple weeks or next couple months. Okay. And now I wanted to finally mention this. Devonshire Research Group came out yesterday, and they came out scathingly with this report talking about why they thought Tesla was way overvalued. And it's about 31 pages worth of stuff talking about that they just completely think the valuation is out of whack. So I wanted to mention that, and that's one of the reasons why Tesla just got destroyed yesterday. Okay? And then finally, let's see here. We'll wrap it all up here. Oh yeah, I forgot even to start with my header here. If you guys want to follow me, it's at Gummy9662C on Twitter. And if you want to be part of our tweet group, just send me a tweet and I'll let you know. And this is the last day of the week, and durable goods orders are coming out today, and unemployment reports coming out at 11:30 a.m. Okay, and also at 1 o'clock this afternoon we got the rig count, which at these levels on the market, I'm thinking we're going to start seeing a positive rig count here real soon. So keep that in mind too. We'll see what happens. And then next week, I did a quick synopsis of everything. Cal-Maine is reporting Monday, pre-market. And then you have pending home sales, personal spending coming out at 10 o'clock. And then you have Con, Lennar, and McCormick reporting pre-market Tuesday. Philip Morris, and then this other company, I can't remember their name, who they are. Philip Morris is paying out their ex-dividend Tuesday too. Okay. And then Tuesday you have U.S. consumer confidence. Okay. And then Wednesday you have Lulu, Paychex, and Carnival reporting. And then you have quite a bit of data Wednesday coming out. You got German unemployment data, the British and Canadian GDP, the U.S. PMI, Japanese manufacturing index, and the Chinese PMI all coming out. So we're getting a bunch of global data coming out Wednesday. And then Thursday, you got Apollo Group, MTN's giving a dividend, and then you got all kinds of Euro data hitting the wire Thursday from different countries. I didn't want to announce them all, but the main one, Germany PMI, is coming out Thursday, and then Friday to wrap the week off, you got BlackBerry pre-market with U.S. payrolls, U.S. unemployment, U.S. PMI, and U.S. truck sales. Well, that's all I want to say. I want to try to keep this under 15 minutes, but that's a good synopsis and get you going for next week. Thanks a lot, everybody.